Dear students, I am your Manav sir, and today I will discuss number system. This is our part 2 video for class 9 mathematics. So let's begin. But before that, if you have not seen my last video about number system, then please watch that video and then come to this part 2 video. So here what we will learn. In previous video, I have already discussed that how to represent a number on a number line. Now today, I will teach you how to represent an irrational number on a number line. As you know that root 2, this is root 2, and root 3, these numbers are irrational numbers. So how will represent these irrational numbers on a number line? Let's see. Here this is my number line. Here you can see that this is 0 and this is 1, or if I say this is O. Okay, later we'll have to name it O. Now if suppose it is 0 and this is 1 and this is 1 unit, so what? Take OA, now name it O, this 0 point will name O. So take OA is equal to 1 unit. Here what we are going to represent? We are going to represent root 2. Okay, later we'll do root 3. So OA is equal to 1 unit. Then draw AB perpendicular on OA. AB, this is what? Perpendicular on OA. Though it is not looking like perpendicular line, but try to think that yes, it is perpendicular line. So AB is perpendicular to OA such that AB is equal to 1 unit. That means OA is 1 unit and AB is also, that means the length of AB and the length of OA both are same, both are 1 unit. Now what we'll do? O and B, these two lines will join. So we are getting one triangle, right angle triangle we are getting. So now by Pythagoras theorem, what is Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse square is equal to the perpendicular square plus the base square. So from there, by putting the values of OA value is what? 1 and AB value is what? 1. So we can get the value of OB. Right? What is that value? It's coming 1 square plus 1 square, root over is there. So it will become 1 plus 1, 2. So it is root 2. So the value will come root 2. Right? Now O as a center and OB as a radius, if we draw an arc, it will meet OX at P. This is OX. It will meet at P. So this orange color line you can see. You don't need to draw this line. Just you will get it better way, so I drawn. Now this orange color lines is indicating O and P length. Okay, and this is the length of root 2. That means, but don't write this. You will simply write what? Then OP is what? OP is here, is equal to OB is equal to root 2 units. Thus, the point P represents root 2 on real line. That P represent root 2 on real line. Fine. Now let's how to draw root 3. Now draw BC perpendicular on OB. Where is our BC? BC. This line is now perpendicular on what? OB, such that BC, again this is also 1 unit. Now again you will join C and O, you will get another triangle, right angle triangle, where B is the right angle. So this is our hypotenuse C and O. Now again we will put it, means I will use it, I will use again Pythagoras theorem. So you will check, you will get that OC value is what? Nothing but root 3 units. Now O as a center and OC as radius, we will draw an arc which will meet OX at Q point, this Q. Now imagine this orange color line, this length, I hope it is looking like similar, that OQ, it is 3 units. Thus, how we will write? OQ is equal to OC, OQ is equal to OC is equal to root 3 units. Thus, the point Q represent root 3 on number line. Come to our next example. Represent root 4.7 geometrically on the number line. Here, what we can see? The question is root 4.7. The previous one was only root 2, root 3 like that. But here it comes with a decimal number. So this is the steps which you have to follow. First you will draw a line AB. Look at this, AB. And what is the unit? 4.7, as it is given 4.7. So in your scale, you will see that one side is millimeter and one side is inch. So that millimeter side you can take, and there you will take 4.7. The length you will take 4.7 and you will draw a line like that, A and B. And after that what you will do? After that, from B, mark a point C on the same given line such that BC is equal to 1 unit. Means AB is what? 4.7. This line you will produce up to C, and this BC is 1 unit. Okay. Now what we are getting? The big line we are getting AC. Now AC, I have to take out the midpoint of AC. How you will take out midpoint? You know, you will use that procedure and you will do bisector, and here is our midpoint. You will use your compass and you will get it. Now midpoint, after this, with O as a center and OC as radius or AO as radius, no problem, you will draw a semicircle. Okay, and then what? Then from the point B you will draw one perpendicular line which will intersect this semicircle at D. Now again, BD as radius and B as a center, we will draw another arc which will intersect this line, where it will intersect at E. Okay. So B as a center and radius BD, draw an arc intersecting the given line at point E. Thus, let us treat the given line as the number line with B as 0, C as 1, and so on. Then this E represent root 4.7. This E represent what? 4.7. So see this arrow sign, this length is called 4.7, root 4.7. So it is done. Now come to our next example. This is very interesting. Visualize the representation of 3.765 on the number line using successive magnification. Previously, what we have done, this type of number lines you have done, that this is the positive side only I have drawn, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this way will continue. But here you will see that the number is 3.765, means after point 3 more numbers are there. How to represent this type of number? So we need a magnifying glass for that. So this is our magnifying glass. What to do? It is what? 3.765. Then definitely the number, this number will fall in between 3 and 4. Right? So 3 and 4 we will divide into 10 equal parts. Previously I have shown you that how to divide. So 10 equal parts I have done here. 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, this way up to 3.9. Now look at this. You have to highlight this part. What is that? 3.7 and 3.8. Why I have highlighted this one? Because my question is what? 3.76. So definitely 3.76 will fall in between 3.7 and 3.8. Now step 2. Again I will draw another number line with 3.7 and 3.8. And in between, one more time I will divide this into 10 equal parts. And what I will name it? 3.71, 3.72, 3.73, this way up to 3.79. Now again you will highlight these 2 points. What are the points? 3.76 and 3.77. Look at this. 3.765. So I know that this number is definitely going to be here only. It will fall here only. 3.76 and 3.77, in between the number is there. Now the last step 3, we'll draw one more time the line, and here we'll write 3.76 and here 3.77, and in between we'll write the numbers like this way: 3.761, 3.762, 3.763, this way up to here. So here we can get our number, that is 3. What is the question? 3.765. Here is the number 3.765. Here the marked point represents the point 3.765 on the number line. Understand? Okay. Now one more topic, that is rationalization. What is rationalization? Suppose we are given a number whose denominator is irrational. So this is the number, and denominator is what? Root 5. Root 5 is what? Irrational. Then the process of converting it into an equivalent expression whose denominator is a rational number. Now I have to do something with this, so that this denominator, that means root 5, I'll make it a rational number, because root 5 is an irrational number. How? By multiplying its numerator and denominator by a suitable number is called rationalization. So what they have done? See, the example is 3 by root 5. Now if I multiply root 5 both the side, then in denominator place what we are getting? 5, and numerator place we are getting 3 root 5. but I have already done this. You see, they are saying about to make the denominator rational number. So it is rational number now. Now more examples. 1 by root 7 minus root 6. If it is given like this way, then what we'll do? Multiplying the numerator and denominator by root 7 plus 6. Why plus 6? Can you remember a square minus b square formula? A minus b into a plus b. That is the reason. So this is our question, and we will multiply with root 7 plus 6 both the side. So denominator place what we are getting? We are getting a square minus b square, which is 7. Root 7 square means nothing but 7, and root 6 square means 6. So 7 minus 6 is what? 1. As it is in denominator place, that's why the last we have not written. So the answer is what? Root 7 plus root 6. Next example. It is being given, that means now some root 2, root 3, root 5, these values are given, and now they are asking that find out the value of this 2 by root 5. But before that, you can put the value here directly, that root 5, but no, here we will use the process of rationalization. What? That denominator root 5 it is given, so we will multiply with root 5 again, and numerator also root 5 will multiply, so we are getting 2 root 5 by 5. Here this root 5 is there. Now in this place we will put the value of root 5, which is already given, and after that you will get this answer. Now this is another example. Find the rational numbers a and b such that the question is what? Root 2 minus 1 by root 2 plus 1 is equal to a plus b root 2. How is that? We'll take this left hand side, okay, and we'll do the same process, rationalization process. Root 2 plus 1 given means root 2 minus 1 will do opposite sign, so that we will get a square minus b square formula, which is 2 minus 1, then 1, and at the top what we are getting? Root 2 minus 1 whole square, because both are root 2 minus 1. And this formula is what? A minus b whole square formula is what? A square plus b square minus 2ab. If you put in this formula, then you will get this value. 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3 minus root 2, 2 root 2. And in denominator place, we don't need to write anything because it is 1. Now you see, what is our answer? 3 minus root 2. Now you see the right hand side, a plus b root 2. It's not looking like same. See? So what you will do? You will write this one, and then you will write this answer, and then you will write this, so that you will see from this two, that means this a is nothing but this 3, and this is nothing but this b root 2. So b root 2 means minus 2 root 2. Okay, that means if I cut root 2, that means b is equal to minus 2. The last one is the laws of exponents. The laws of exponent. Before going to this chart, look at this picture. 2 to the power 3. Okay. So here 2 is what? Here 2 is base, and this 3 is exponent. So 2 to the power 3, that means this 3 is called exponent. And the topic is what? The law of exponents. So let's see. A to the power n into a to the power n. That means the base is same for both the case. Both are a. Only the exponent is different, m and n. In that case, what we will write? Answer is a to the power m plus n. A to the power m plus n. Look at the example. 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4. See, the base is same, but the exponents are different. But we will use this formula, 2 to the power 3 plus 4, which is 2 to the power 7. And 2 to the power 7 means what? 2, you will multiply 7 times. So, you will get the answer 128. Another way, a to the power m, bracket close, then power is n. So, in that case, what we will do? The answer is a to the power m into n or mn. So, here is the example, 2 to the power 3, then bracket close, and the power again is 4. So, 3 into 4, which is 12. So, 2 to the power 12, that means 12 times you have to multiply, you will get this answer. Now, AB to the power n. In that case, you can break it like this way, a to the power n, b to the power n. For this, a, b, these two are, actually this a, b, these are what? Constant, right? So, look at this. In place of a, we are writing 2 and b, we are writing suppose 10 and power is 3. That means exponent is 3. So, what we can write? 2 to the power 3 and 10 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3 means what? 8 and 10 to the power 3 means 1000, that is 8000. Another one, a by b to the power n. This can be written as a to the power n by b to the power n. Example, see 2 by 5, exponent is 3. So, we can write 2 to the power 3 and 5 to the power 3, that is 8 by 125. Here again, a to the power m by a to the power n. We can write, see it is a case of division. In this case, base should be same, a and a, both cases. So, we will write a to the power m minus n. Here also see 2 to the power 5, 2 to the power 3. That's why the base should be same, 2 to the power 5 minus 3. So, 2 to the power 2 and which is 4. Now, a to the power m by a to the power n, this we can write this way also, 1 by a to the power n minus m. Look at this, these two are same. But as I have written 1 by this, so I have to change the place. Previously it was m minus n and now I have to write like this way, n minus m. Okay? When you will do your exercise, you just need to follow this law. You just need to follow this law and you will get your answer. And this is the end of our part 2 video.